Players have contracts that are about to expire. Re-sign them so you don't lose them to free agency.
When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets full? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all peak flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets full? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Yeah.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Black 20.
Mike 49. Here we go, D. Here I come.
They'll throw on first down with Russxdk. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's countered. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a pickup of 6.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Okay, double up. Let's go.
Now Russxdk. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 15 yards on the play, first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is, when they know that the defense can take the ball away as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Here's Switzer. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Show that bench release and go.
On 2nd down and 4, Russxdk throwing the out route incomplete. That's Johnson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
No foul.
Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
That's good for a Steelers. Block 80. Alert, alert. 1st and 10 at the 42 yard line.
Two-jet bomber. Slam, slam, slam.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Russxdk going to get this one to Conner. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Russxdk setting up the screen. This is Samuels. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. We're scoreless after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Check 50, check 50. Good job right there. Shift.
Now Wilson running left on the option. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
He's on the bounds at the 11-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. I'll go special! Bring out, bring out, bring out, bring out.
On 2nd and a couple. Wilson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Check 50, check 50. He's coming.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On second and very short, Russxdk. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On third down, Russxdk. And he finds McDonald. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. That one goes for 24 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Russxdk now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. This one complete, right side to McDonald. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And now look at him go. Past the 20. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows to 10-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. You never want to give up a sack Rick, from the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3.
Cut. Snickers, 66.
From the shotgun, it's Russxdk. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. First down, here's White. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Boswell's kick is good. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. This is fielded at the goal line.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made, is the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Steps away. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 17-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch twist. Watch the twist.
Alert, alert.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 48 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On first down, it's Samuels. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger, open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost...
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. David Moore, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Get him. Get him. Get him.
Throwing again. Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. The 30. The 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Seahawks 24, Steelers 6.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that set. Over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Russxdk. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Here's Russxdk to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Check your hot reach.
Left side complete to Lockett. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On 1st down, Wilson. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet, not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
11 yards there, 1st down.
Let's go. Let's go. 12. Get this one on. Showing up.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
Watch out.
They go play action here on 1st down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Let's go,
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Check.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal.
Alert.
Check nickel.
Wilson. Now he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. They come out with one back and three tight ends. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Myers' kick is good. But hold everything here. They might have hit the kicker. And if they did, that'll be a 1st down. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, high 7.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being...
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And now the Steeler offense staying out there. And they'll go for 2.
I'm on. Slam. Watch the ship. Hey.
And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. This will be taken short.
Let's go, baby.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
36 power.
No.
Hey.
Say.
Again, it's Penny. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. And this one's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
54, right there. 54, Mike. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
They'll throw on 1st down with Russxdk. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Hey, Delta.
You don't want it. Mike's 5'4".
Throwing now, Russxdk on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Russxdk. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A good pickup there, 26 yards. What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there to that big strike and that big pickup.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Rush in.
Now it's Penny running right, and this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packing nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. Okay, 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Okay, death comes in 3.